Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Definitely make sure that you subscribe if you're not yet part of the family. I'm Samore, and I am going to be doing this review for y'all. We are doing Black Ink Crew. I didn't do last week because I was kind of confused. I messed up because I watched the wrong episode. I think I was missing like 2 episodes maybe because I was on vacation and then I came back and I was missing 2 episodes. I ended up watching the first one, and then after that I was tired. I was like, dang, because I realized the one that I was actually gonna put up was episode, I guess, 6. And I actually watched episode 5 and 6 because I was like catching up or something like that. Or it might have been, I don't know. It was some reason why I was just like, oh nah, like I'm gonna wait till next week because I hate putting up late ones unless I really have to, unless it's like some epic show or something like that. And I mean, Black Ink, they alright, but they ain't epic for me to be doing the most, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this episode. Definitely make sure, like I said, you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and also make sure you comment down below. Let me know what your favorite part was or whatever it is. So yeah, let's go ahead with, like we saw last week, 125th Street has closed, and now there's no more Harlem shops right now. So I'm pretty sure they're probably going to try to work on something, because how you going to have Black Ink Crew that started in Harlem with no Harlem shops? Like, what are you doing? I mean, they're lucky that they still have like Brooklyn, and I think they had, well, they was trying to do the Long Island one. That's the one that Tatti was trying to do, right? But luckily they still have Brooklyn, and they have all these other locations. But like, you need the heart where you started. Like, how you not going to keep what you started, But I guess the rents is getting so high and stuff like that, especially Harlem, because Harlem at the end of the day, it is Manhattan. It's just like the upper part of Manhattan. So it's definitely, they're going to charge what they trying to charge, and they doing all this gentrification and all this other kind of stuff. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show, you know what I'm saying? Now, Tatti, she wants to not only be the manager anymore. She doesn't want to be the manager anymore. Now she wants to be just an apprentice, because she's trying to show that she's dedicated. She's trying to show that she could actually like run a shop or whatever. But it's kind of like she's overloading herself, because it's like you're doing all these things and you're also doing managerial work as well, because there is no manager. So you're still doing manager type of work, especially now that there's so many people, because they combine Brooklyn and 125th Street. So now you're almost like doing double the work, you know what I'm saying? Because you wanted to do something else. So yeah, she was saying that she pretty much took a step down in order to do those things. So now Crystal, like we was talking about before, I don't know, like I know some of y'all kind of related to me because I did see the comments. And I feel like Crystal, I feel like the whole collaboration thing with Black Ink, I feel like Cesar's just trying to get his hands into the pot that they're brewing, because he knows Crystal Rock is good, but he knows Crystal is a really good artist. So it's like he's trying to make sure he locked that down. Talking about he's going to give them a bigger shop and things like that. I mean, that part does sound good, but they could have worked their way up from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like work their way up with their little shop. Just like how Bae has her little shop. I'm pretty sure she makes a lot of money out of her small shop, even though it's not so big. Like it's only 2 artists. So, you know what I'm saying? So now you're going to be connected to this brand. I mean, yeah, it's a well-known established brand, so that part is good. But I feel like they have established their name. I feel like she has also established her name as well. So, I mean, all it takes nowadays is word of mouth, social media, and you're part of Black Ink. So people are going to want, I think that's what he feared, is the competition, is the fact that they can possibly do better, especially depending on the location and things like that. Didn't they say it was putting it in Jersey or something? I don't remember. But yeah, so I feel like that was part of the reason why he was so like adamant about like trying to tear. I feel like he was trying to tear them down instead of build them up. Like he didn't do that to the other artists that already have their stuff going on, but he's doing it to them just because they work there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that was fair, but I mean, they're looking at the bright side. So hopefully when they look at that contract, they look it over. Hopefully they actually get a lawyer to look it over, as opposed to just taking the time out to read it, because there tends to be words that can be a little difficult to understand. Not saying that, that they're not smart, but a lot of times in contracts, there are words that is like, you really got to make sure they can play with words and things like that. And then at the end of the day, you're ending up losing more than you're receiving, or you're tied to this brand for the rest of your life or whatever, like something where you're like signing a deal with the devil. So you don't want to do that. So Tati, she ends up feeling some type of way about the whole collaboration with them. She's like, I've been here. I need to make a name for myself. She's ready to like have her own shop, and she's mad that that discussion has not been happening. And yeah, she was like cleaning up some stuff, still doing managerial work, even though she's now the apprentice. Is like, she feels like there's just so much work for her to do now, and she's starting to get overwhelmed. So that's what's happening with her. Now, Buck, he says that he didn't do the whole thing with Spider's wife. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. But even the producers are like, but how did this female know so much and detailed things if you didn't tell her? He's like, oh no, like, dude, come on, come on. Who else is she talking to if you was having, you was having them little pillow talks and just saying random stuff, trying to get her to trust you. When you with some new boo, you like telling them everything and stuff like that. That's probably what he was doing, and he didn't realize that he wasn't going to want to go further with her, and she would get crazy, get upset, turn psycho, and do what she had to do, on some like, I don't care. You F me over, I'm going to F you over. I mean, she probably warned him, and he probably didn't think she was as sadistic as, she turned out to be. So it is what it is. You get what you ask for, I guess, right? Nobody told you to mess with your clients and people that's in the shop. And so now they about to do a trip or whatever. They going to Orlando where their other shop is. So I guess this was one of the first shops that was out of state. So they're going to be doing like a boot camp, see who's ready to like kind of have their own shops or, move to the next level or whatever it is. And Tatiana wasn't invited because she decided to play hooky or whatever, take a mental health day without telling anybody that she was taking a mental health day. So it's pretty much like a no call, no show, which in some places that can be grounds for dismissal. But luckily, she didn't get dismissed because they do need her, or to a certain extent, I guess. But yeah, he was like that she's not going, which I feel like is a little petty, a little extreme for the crime didn't fit the punishment. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I felt with that. But yeah, I mean, he didn't even speak to her about it. He's just like, she's not going. And it's like, she's one of the main people that are trying to prove themselves. So Tatiana, she met up with one of the Brooklyn artists, Vanity, who, she told her everything like about the whole mental health day. She had to do it for herself, get her mind right and things like that. She was able to do laundry, things that she hasn't been able to do in quite some time because she's always working. So she got the chance to sleep. She didn't answer her phone, just chill out and whatever. And Vanity gave her the 411 on the mandatory meeting that they had and let her know also that she's not invited. And she was definitely upset about that. Like, I'm the main one that needs to be able to prove myself. Like, what you talking about? I can't go. Like, what? So she was pissed off about that. And the thing was that Vanity, I see that she's an honest person because one of the things that she said was, do you think that he could be holding something against you because of the drug charge? The crazy thing is that Puma, he was thinking the same thing earlier when she was kind of venting to him and Teddy, but he didn't say it because he was like, you know what? He was like, she was like, I haven't done anything crazy to anyone. He's like, well, there has been some things. And she's like, what? Like, I didn't do anything. She was like, if that's the case, then you could be too. And, in the confessional, he's like, well, she's had the drug charge. I mean, homie, you was a whole kingpin. You was a whole drug lord. You was like a whole cartel in the making. Like, people cannot forget this. You have something attached to your name right now. Like, you're hot right now. Like, that's not really the best thing for the brand. And she's just like, he needs to get over it and stuff like that. That's what she was telling Vanity, the Brooklyn artist, was that, like, it happened and it's over. So you just need to, like, get past it at this point. I'm just like, she's acting like a boyfriend who just fucks somebody. Who just F somebody. And then in your bed, you catch them and they're like, and like, you need to get over it. Like, let's get back together. Like, wait, what? Like, dude, do you not know what you just did to me? Like, you scarred me mentally, emotionally. And now you think we're supposed to be back to normal? Like, nothing ever happened. Well, I'm supposed to, like, lock this in the back of my head and keep moving forward. Like, come on. See, some people, they don't understand. So She was like, you know what, at the end of the day, she's gonna go. She don't care what nobody gotta say. All she gotta do is ask her PO if she could leave the state. So it's like she's still like, dude, you talk about get over it, but you're still in it at the end of the day. Like, you still are on probation. You still have this connected to you. Like, this was just the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a decade ago. It's still on your record. It will be on your record, you know? So yeah, she said she was about to go ask her PO officer, you know, that this is a work-related trip, so that she'll be able to go and meet up with them. And it do look like in the next one we see her pretty much doing just that. And I'm just like, girl. It looked like about to get crazy. The same person that she was just talking to, this vanity girl, looked like she about to get crazy with her, as well as Crystal. Like, man, in times of trial and tribulations, that's when you see who your real people are. Because she came in there like, so let me find out something that Cesar said, so y'all don't F with me. So we gonna see y'all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.